Hello. Yes, during this video I'm going to discuss about how the Russian-Ukraine war is suggesting a new ground within the context of Sun Tzu Art of War. As you know, I've been following up on the war in order to test and also to validate the theory of Sun Tzu and also to enhance it. And of course, you know that as I have done, is to post this mapping that I put out so that you can follow as I lecture along. Now, most important Sun Tzu's theory is the 9 ground. Sun Tzu had in Art of War, scroll 11, he had categorized into a taxonomy of grounds. And first of all, you'll find that number 1 is, in Chinese they call that, it is Sun Tzu. Now you follow the arrow and you'll find that on the map, alright, on the map that I put up, you'll find that there are 3 states. First of all, it is your own state, and it is the enemy state, and it's other people's state. So it's a 3-state configuration. Now what I'm going to show you is that, right, let me run through the 9 grounds for you. Right, Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu is ground that are easy to be dispersed and is shown there at the border, Sun Tzu. Alright, and therefore you find Sun Tzu prescribed that when you attack, you make sure your forces go deep in. Otherwise, you find that those who are cowardly, right, may escape, may withdraw. Then you have this Qing Tzu, number 2. Qing Tzu meaning to say ground that's easy to disengage, right? So it is Qing means light ground, ground that easy, light. And then you have Zhen Tzu, number 3, meaning to say ground that highly competitive, where you fight in order to gain the ground, and it's highly competitive ground. Then we have got the number 4, the open ground. Chinese call it Jiao Tzu. And of course, then you find they're all indicated by the arrow suggestively. If you follow the track, you follow the track down. Then there is also this Qi Tzu. Qi Tzu means to say intersectional ground. Ground that intersects with the borders, the places where the intersections. And then there are deadly serious ground, Zhong Tzu, right? Zhong Tzu. The Chinese called Zhong Tzu. And of course, you find that 2,500 years ago, right, there isn't really the sea, fighting along the sea, and there are no ports and all that in the Shantung area. And then you have, of course, this number 7, what they call PET, dangerous ground that are not passable. Number 7. Then you have got number 8, Wei Tzu. That means a ground that has been encircled. And you find that in the picture, right, in the map that is portrayed, right, you have been surrounded. That it is grounds that are hemmed in, right, Wei hemmed in, and you find on the map itself is indicated. Then most interestingly, you have the Si Tzu. Si Tzu means to say that it is death ground where you, in order to win, right, you have to prepare to die. You prepare to fighting. It's death ground. And what I'm trying to do is having introduced to you into this very short video, right, the different 9 grounds. The 9 grounds have been used by Chinese strategists, by generals and all that, to understand that the key idea really is that the general must know the configuration of the grounds. Just like a general manager, the most important thing about a general manager, right, is really to understand the terrain, the grounds, the customer, right, is product customer configuration, and equivalent in the commercial sense. But here I'm going to focus on the Russia-Ukraine war. That there's emerging, what I find that a new classification maybe that we could have a 10 ground. 10 ground, I call it the critical thought, or in Chinese, 临界点. Mariupol is the best classic example. That is that it is really a critical ground, for it connects Donetsk and Luhansk down to the port, and you must have a port and these two serve as a hinterland. Then of course there is the other very important critical dot is Kharkiv, right on the north, because that is near the border and it's intersections of railway lines, and so interconnectivity is there and right on top. So I would say that this from studying, from following, that perhaps there could be an additional classification, especially Mariupol, that it is the 临界点. Thank you so much.